everyone, welcome to Yarn Wonders. Today is day 6 of the 21-day granny square series, and today the granny square pattern that I'm going to make is a daffodil granny square, more like a daffodil granny hexagon. I have already made this pattern and I made a bag out of it. So today I'm going to show you how to make this pattern. I'm using a size 2 yarn. I'm using these three colors today, and I'm using a 4.5 mm crochet hook. Just like any other granny square, this one also starts with a magic circle. If you're not familiar with the magic circle, I'm going to leave a link in the description box, and I would recommend you to watch the beginner series and then come back to this video. I'm starting off with a chain 3 and 12 double crochets into the magic circle. So the first chain 3 also counts as a double crochet. Okay. Now the next row is going to be an increase row. So what I'm going to do here is change the color. To change the color, you have to drop the yarn, pick up your new color. So I have not slip stitched in the previous row. I'm going to slip stitch with the new color. Okay. All I have to do is yarn over, pull out a loop and pull out a loop out of the blue one also. Okay. Now just pull everything tight so that the work doesn't come off. So this row is going to be a puff stitch row. Into each chain, you're going to do a puff stitch and a chain 1. So by the end of this row, you'll have 12 puff stitches and 12 chains. So to make a puff stitch, so as I do this, I'm also going to weave in my yarn tails. To make a puff stitch, you have to chain 3, insert your needle into the same chain space and pull out a loop. Okay, so I have yarned over and I pulled out a loop out of the same chain that I got the 3 chains from. Again, I'm going to yarn over, insert and pull out a loop. I'm going to do this thrice. I'm going to do this thrice and so I'm going to tie up this puff stitch. Okay, you have to pull like this, to yarn over, pull out of all the loops. So as you can see, there is a loop that I'm holding, so you have to go into that and create another loop. Okay. So this is one puff stitch. After this, you have to do a chain 1, and again you go into the next stitch, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull out a loop. So make sure the length of the loop that you're pulling out is same as this puff stitch. Okay, so you have to do this thrice again, and you have to hold the yarn here, yarn over and pull out. Again, insert into this loop that you're holding and close the puff stitch. So now we have to do a chain 1. the end of this row, and I will meet you back once I finish 12 stitches. At the end of this row, okay, and we have 12 puff stitches and 12 chain space in between. Okay, so now again I'm going to change colors. Again I'm going to slip stitch with the new color. So you can choose to slip stitch into any of these chain spaces. Okay, I'm just going to go into one of these chain spaces and do another slip stitch so that my work is into the chain space and not in between the puff stitch. Okay, so from here I'm going to chain 3 and turn my work. Yarn tails as I crochet. Okay. So into this chain space we are going to create 2 3 double crochet clusters. Okay. So this is 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, again chain 1, and we are going to create 1 more 3 double crochet cluster, all into the same chain space. This row is going to have 6 petals. So now this is going to be 1 petal, and we are going to do a single crochet into the next stitch. This into the next chain space. Again yarn over, go into the next chain space, creating 2 sets of 3 double crochet clusters. Okay. After the first 3 double crochet cluster, you have to do a chain 1 and then do the next 3 double crochet cluster. You do a single crochet into the next chain space, and then into the next chain space, creating this petal here. I'm going to meet you back at the end of this row. We're going to do a 6 double crochet cluster. In between, you're going to add a chain 1, and then into the next chain space you're going to create a single crochet, again a petal, single crochet, and again a petal. So I'll meet you back when I reach to this point. So I'm again going to change colors. I'm at the end of this row, so I'm going to slip stitch with the new color. Going back to the purple here and slip stitch into this piece. So now this row is going to be a row of single crochets. a single crochet into each double crochet here. When you get to the chain 1 space, you are going to do 2 single crochets separated by a chain 1. Single crochet, chain 1 and again a single crochet. So I'm going to do this for the whole row and I'll meet you back when I get to the end of this row. Here, and I'm going to slip stitch until I reach the chain 1 space here. So now we are going to, our daffodil pattern is done. Now we are going to start off with the granny hexagon row, creating loops for us to have our corner clusters and side clusters. Start off with the corner cluster, that is chain 3, 2 double crochets, again crochet, chain 2 and another 3 double crochet, all into the same chain 1 space. You start chaining 4 and then you do the next corner cluster into the next chain 1 space that we made in the previous row. This is going to be a corner cluster. So from here the pattern is going to be the basic hexagon pattern. That is, into the corner you will create more corners, and into these loops here you are going to create a side cluster. So I'll finish this row and I'll meet you back once I start the next row. It is kind of like a star now, but then once you do the next row, it's going to look more like a hexagon. Okay, so here to slip stitch and reach into the chain 2 space here and start off with the corner cluster stitch. One corner cluster into this chain 2 space and into the chain 4 loop I'm going to do a side cluster. So the pattern is going to be the same throughout this row. I'll meet you back at the end of this row. slip stitch on top of the chain 3 that we made at the start of the row and fasten off my work. Okay, so this is the daffodil granny square pattern, and do try out this pattern. And if you do a product out of this pattern, please post your pictures on the Instagram tagging Soumya_yarn_wonders. If you have any doubts, please post it on the comment section and subscribe to my channel for more videos on granny squares. Thank you. So here we are at the end of this row, and I'm going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3 that we made at the start of the row, and I'm going to fasten off my work. Okay, so this is the daffodil granny square pattern, and do try out this pattern. If you do a product out of this pattern, please post your pictures on the Instagram tagging Soumya_yarn_wonders. If you have any doubts, please post it on the comment section and subscribe to my channel for more videos on granny squares. Thank you.